See, for any profession, what the most important thing what we require is there should be a bridge between the course and the career. What course will happen, and when you are into the career, you are unaware of most of the things. What you are studying, there are, I think now in one semester we are having about 8 subjects, is it not? 8 subjects into 8 semesters, 64 subjects. You are going into any field. If I say, if you are going into a tunnel project, in tunneling, what you are studying in the subject in our college, maybe a 2 or 3 page some description, maybe a maximum 5. But tunneling itself is a big subject. There should be a bridge between the course and the career. And these types of seminars or webinars will help enhance and update almost all people. Actually, for that matter, I should thank Nebu again. The thing is, one of the teams which, along with the health people, health workers, one of the team who were really working during this COVID period was construction philosophy. Construction philosophy, I think, might have done more than 15 seminars. Am I right, Nabu?
Yes, sir. Almost.
Yeah. And they have brought people from all over the world. There were speakers from Canada. There were speakers from Middle East, speakers from so many people. So many. There was one seminar on value engineering. Value engineering, one subject. Actually, value engineering itself is a huge subject, which we are not studying at the college itself. So these types of webinars help us a lot for our upbringing of our career. Coming to the thing, we need to update ourselves. The updating should be such that once somebody was said, once a new technology rolls over you, if you are not part of the roller, you are surely part of the road. We don't want to be the part of the road. We should be part of the roller only, and we should keep on moving. We have to always go with the technology. What are all the new technologies coming? Even if you are going, if you should be aware of in electronics what is happening, in computer what is happening. As a civil engineer, it is not that you should be aware of only the civil engineering, but you should be much aware of the technological side also. Technological side, what is happening in the electronic industry, what is happening in the computer industry, everything. There was one seminar on BIM. BIM is a beautiful subject which is coming up. We should be aware of BIM during now itself. You should start learning BIM. BIM is one of the most important software which has thing which has come. All of us should be aware of BIM. BIM is a must study, I think, in the coming days. So hence, it is imperative that you should always keep updating yourself in the field in which you are into. For that, actually, 3 things. Actually, we should be much aware of 3 things. One is our attitude. We should have a good attitude in taking up the things. Since we are on to civil engineering, we should be proud that we are civil engineers, and it should be very it should be kept in our mind that we will be doing civil engineering, and our attitude should be in civil engineering. So one is attitude, the other is planning, the third one is quality. When coming to attitude, for our future, change in future, merely changing attitude. Usually, what is happening with civil engineering is some of the people who are into civil engineering, they have come by force. And during the course, they don't want to go into civil engineering. I have seen people going into software and all. The thing is that software, I'm not telling software engineering is something bad, but when coming into civil engineering got a lot of scope. There are good people should come into civil engineering. Civil engineering can do a lot of things for you. So the attitude should be there. And the next is the planning. You can see a graph. I think you might have seen the graph. You see the graph with x-axis time and the y-axis pain. This is called pain curve. This pain, if you see the time, as the time goes, if you are doing a good planning, anyway, without if there is no pain, there is no gain. No doubt about it. We should have some 3-4 days back. I have been to a seminar on cyber security. So there, one of the chief information security officer of one of the bank was telling there are a lot of cyber security issues coming up, mainly because we are trapped into some SMS or some kind of messages telling that you have been given a price of even 100 rupees. Somebody go into 100 rupees also. In some messages it is coming millions of rupees coming. So you may check in with you just transfer 1,000 rupees. So in your account, this much money is going to come up and all. One thing, let us in our life also, let us make it very clear that nothing is going to come to you for free. Nothing is going to come to you for free. We should be aware that without pain, there is no gain. Here also, the pain curve is there. When you are going into the job, there is pain. So if you are doing a good planning, your pain will be less, and as the time passes, you will be saved. You can see the curve. It is this pain curve have come, and management experts have made after assessing this, and so let us make it sure that do a proper planning. We are having all these planning softwares and all. Even if you are doing a small thing, if you are doing a small construction also, do the planning. Planning in the sense, it is not that you make it in MS projects or Primavera or even in Excel. It is not that. We have to make the planning such that what are all the resources required, material required, manpower required, machinery required. If you just think that you are going to immediately after your college, somebody have asked you to construct a house, then also what you have to think is that how much time you are going to take for approvals, how much time after clearing of the site, all those things you have to keep in mind. And one thing for sure is that when the planning is made, give some small allowance each time. Anyway, you should not, there should not be any problem with the time. That is, do a proper planning, pakka planning, go ahead with that, you will achieve that. The planning should be proper, and you should not leave the planning so serious about the planning. Then the third one is the quality. Quality never comes by accident. It is always a result of high intentions, effort, direction, skillful execution. Quality is not an act. We have to make it a habit, not only on our career, onto our life also. Quality should be a habit. We have to make it a habit. That is why even now so many companies have come. Why some companies, just for your information only, I am telling, there are so many products. Dalda, just see, Dalda. We are telling Dalda, but it is the company's name, Colgate. For toothpaste, we used to say Colgate. Why that Colgate has come? By time they are make that quality and given to you the quality, and nobody else have come with that quality. That the name has to come. Uh, so what we have to be sure is that whatever you do, it should be with proper quality. With my experience, I can tell you, in my office, so many people are working. So some people, when they bring to me an estimate, I'll just sign it off and clear it, because I know that okay, that estimate is clear by my experience with that guy. Some people, when the same estimate, so I'll ask somebody else to do a cross verification on one or two items. Once I see that that one or two items is having a problem, then surely I'll ask them to do the balance estimation also. So the what I'm thinking is, plainly I'm telling. So when the next time when the paper, the CR I have to write, surely for that guy who is giving me less pay, I'll give where the good quality work is done, I'll give more mark. So there should be a quality. People should be aware, and you have to show that if I am doing a work, it will be quality work only. If the quality is not there, I'll tell you one small example. When you are setting out a house, the measurements were given. You are, as early said, the planning is not done. When you are into the site, you just open the drawing and measure and do the setting. If the planning was done, if there is a mistake, we would have find out. We haven't done, so we came, put the peg. We started the excavation. We have done the concrete. At that time, by that time only, we find to know that there is a problem. I haven't done that. That peg is mistaken by another 5 centimeter. There is a 5 centimeter, or I would say a normal mistake. Wall thickness may not have taken. The wall thickness may be 40. The foundation thickness may be 45 centimeters. That half the thickness may not be taken. 22.5 centimeter. There is a difference. What to do? The house owner also is there. You have found out that 22.5 centimeter is not there. What we can do? Either we have to do some bad quality work, or you have to tell the client that there is a mistake. It is bad for you. So whenever you are doing, do with planning. The attitude should be there. Do with planning, so that the quality you can deliver. And never ever think that you can escape something somewhere. If you are doing, it will be a problem for you in the later stage. If a doctor make a mistake with the, I think this you might have heard. If doctor make a mistake with the death of the patient, that chapter is over. If an advocate make a mistake, what will happen? The uh, the client who lose that, he will lose that money, or he lose the case there and the issue. Like that, most of the career, if you see, with that chapter, that is getting close. But for a civil engineer, it is not like that. If you make a mistake and you are doing a building, doing a road, every time that mistake, it is there. You cannot avoid that mistake. You cannot, always it is there. If there is a mistake of, as I said, 11.5 centimeters somewhere, that is there lifelong. Whenever you are passing through that, you will see that, oh, I made a mistake there. So never try to, if the quality is there, if the planning is there, if the attitude is there, it will not happen. 100% I can tell you, it will not happen. Then coming to the project management side, project management. For effective project management, and effective project management means you should be aware of the firm, you should be having firm knowledge on the scope, budget, resources, timeline dedicated to project. And an effective project manager should be able to manage unplanned issues affecting the final goal within the time and cost. For the achievement of the above, we should be aware of the fundamentals of management. See, a project management, when I am coming to the project directly from civil engineering, I am coming to the project. When it is the project, when a project comes to you, whatever be the project, you should be aware, there should be knowledge on the scope. What are all the work assigned to us, and what is the budget for that, and what are all the resources available to it, and timeline. This reminds me a big project which was done by Bhagirathas, earlier company. Now also the company is there, but they are dormant for the time being. I don't know how many of you people know Bhagirathas. Bhagirath was doing a bridge project in Bombay. See, the thing was, when the bridge was to construct, the idea was launching of the girders. I don't know, you may be knowing about launching girders. Can anyone say? I think I am a radio now. Can anyone say, you people know, anyone know launching of girders? Nebu?
No, sir.
Launching of, see, anybody have seen Palarivattam Bridge? Everybody will be knowing Palarivattam Bridge, no?
Images, only images.
Image. See, launching is actually in bridges. I am telling you, this can be done anywhere. In bridges, piers are there. That is, I'll tell, come from the bottom. Initially, foundation can be piling, well, raft, or anything. From the foundation, there is, if it is a pile cap, or if it is a well, there is a raft, and above that, what is coming is pier. Above to pier cap. Similarly, if the span is 40 meters, after the 40 meters, similarly, another pier also will be coming. Okay, understood? Somebody please respond.
Yes, sir.
Another pier also is coming. Between the piers, we need to have beams. The beams are close. Above the pier, there is pier cap. In the pier cap, there are bearings. In the bearings, we have to keep the span. That span have to be, there are a lot of systems of doing span. We can do in situ, or that is in the site itself with the shutters and all. You can do in situ piles, this beams, or you can do it in another place. In casting yard you can do, and from the casting yard you can bring the beam and you can keep it above this bearings. Okay, almost all in metro, Cochin metro, almost all the beams are kept like that. It is from casting yard, it is brought and it is launched by cranes, heavy cranes. Okay. You are aware? Yeah, Ramita. Okay, so what we should so I think you might have understood launching. Launching for when it is coming to this Kochi metro, it was through the crane. In Palarivattam Bridge also, it was through crane. So the girder is taken by the cranes and kept above the bearings. That is pier cap. Above the pier cap, there is bearing. Bearing above the bearing, the girders are kept. Okay. So similarly, in this can happen when the roads are there. You can have bridges, and above the bridges you can have through road the crane can come and launch the girder. So here in Bombay, for this uh, Creek Bridge, it is I forget Washi Creek Bridge. It is called Washi Creek Bridge. In that, what had happened? It is above the water. The creek is there. It is water only. So how they have managed is that earlier they thought about having girder casted somewhere, brought it through some machines. It can be kept above the pier cap. So when they were having discussions, they have seen that in the high tide, the water is going up, and in the low tide, water is coming down to ground level. So what they have done is they have made a casting yard in such a way that in low tide, they can push the girder into the water, into platforms. That is, you can have platforms, floating platforms. So in the low tide, what they have done is they have pushed these girders into the platforms. And when the high tide comes, you just imagine the piers are completed. For the bridge, the piers are completed. Okay. And once the piers are completed, these girders are in the low tide, it is pushed into the floating platforms. And as the high tide comes, what they have done is they brought the platforms near to the piers, just launched it without any cost. Just see, I don't know how much you have understood the way I have presented. It was a fabulous work, because nobody can imagine. Usually launching is a very costly affair, very costly affair. Here the launching is done without any cost. With the water, high tide and low tide, the girders are kept above the pier cap. Like that, when you are aware of the site situations, you should be aware of the site situations, and you go study the site and how you can manage the site, so that it is you. Once you go into the site with that attitude, surely you will get good ideas. With good ideas, you can have, it will help a lot in your career also. Another thing is that an effective project manager should be able to manage unplanned issue the same way. Unplanned issue, now COVID has come. You just see how much of machinery is planned, equipments, everything, manpower, everything got held up in our area. Just see KMR, Kochi Metro project. So you should be aware that how we can plan that resources, what we will do. There are methods. Immediately, once you identify that, we can send people home on their leave, ask them to take leave. The missionaries can be sent for, if possible, can be sent for initial maintenance, like that. So we should be aware of that. Same, what I have said, I am just again mentioning. Recognize the size and impact of the project, understand how a construction project moves from. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. understand how a construction project moves from concept to reality, identify the entities involved in a construction project and various project systems that link the participating entities, introduce the role of project manager. See, there are a lot of types of construction. Imagine a hotel project. The owner of the hotel is never into construction and all. So what he can do, or a hospital project, they are mainly into hospital business. So what the thing is that it is not required that they should have a team of engineers for carrying out the work. In that cases, they go for PMCs, project management consultants. Project management consultants are clients representatives. There are a lot of project management consultant organizations like Richard Ellis, Synergy, then a lot. Forget. Okay, there are a lot of project management companies. So once there is a concept, the client can go to any of the project management consultancies, ask them to carry out the job for them. So they will tell how we can do, how economically we can do. So the project management is for some of the projects. Project management is a identifying the project manager is one of the main job if you are a client side engineer. Now, now the thing is, the project management is there. Now as mostly you are from the 6th semester, 7th semester and all. The main thing is that now for the doctors, the specialization is there. Now for engineers also, lot of specialization have come. Specialization have come just like I think in dentistry. Earlier, we were having only dentist. Whatever comes, only one dentist. Now you are having maxillofacial. Then there is for root canal, there is another. For the top jaw, there is one specialization. Bottom jaw, there is another specialization. Like that, it is going. So on a similar way, we are also having these specialization, because the construction industry is a very wide industry. You should know that in India, it is the last year, if you see, 6,70,000 crores, 6,70,000, more than 6,70,000 crores of money have been given, have been spent on construction. It's second largest, and its growth earlier envisaged and now the growth of construction industry envisaged is 7 to 10%. So the growth is going to be 7 to 10%. Imagine, it's a huge growth. Those people who are now coming out will have enough and more opportunities. You should be happy that the opportunities are high and you will have good. It is very good for you people now, those who are coming. The industry is growing, and it is the second largest employer in the world. India is the second largest employer of construction. So almost 49 to 50 million people is being employed. It's a powerful, very powerful group. It gives a very powerful growth to the nation itself, because this much of people is being engaged, this much of money is being spent. Now again, if you see, we are having a lot of projects coming up from the central government, state government, and private entrepreneurs, private parties. A lot of cities are being planned. The rail project is coming, that speed rail, that is, what is that rail link from Trivandrum to Kasargod, the new rail track is coming. NH is, National Highway is having now itself, now in the last 2 months itself, from Kasargod up to almost up to Calicut, near to Guruvayur, up to that 6-lane road is coming. 6-lane road project is coming, and that too, now we are having only 2 lanes. Is going to be expanded to another 4 lane, and the project cost is going to be to the tune of about 5,000. Almost 12,000 crore money is going to be there for this much project. Imagine in road how much it is going to happen. So the industry is growing, and smart city projects, Trivandrum and Ernakulam smart city project, that is again 700 crore, 700 crore. Buildings, roads, I mean this mobility hubs and all. Lot of mobility hubs are coming. In Cochin, if you see, water metro is coming. Water metro is going to get inaugurated maybe in another 3 months, 3 to 4 months. If the election is not going to get declared, most probably by April it can be inaugurated. March, April it can be inaugurated. Almost the boat jetties, everything is getting clear. Our projects are happening. So then into the projects, there are a lot of specialization happening. When into specialization, you can see buildings. Buildings can be residential apartments, IT buildings, hotels, hospitals, anything. So for all these things, there is again a specialization. There are hotel specialized engineers, hospital specialized engineers. It is all required because hospitals means it is now multi-specialty hospital. You should be an engineer. I'm not telling a trainee engineer or a graduate engineer who have just come up from the college, but by another 3-4 years, you should be aware if you have done a project, a hospital project, you should be aware that how a hospital works. That is what I said. Again, I am going back to the attitude, planning, quality. So when you are into the job for 2-3 years, you have done a hospital, then you should be aware how the hospital works. Hospital works in the sense, you should be aware that a doctor comes, how he goes to the patients, how he is coming out, an operation happening, where he'll be doing the scrubbing and then going into the theater. So all those things, if you are aware, once you get a drawing, opening the drawing itself, you will be aware that there is some mistake, or it would have been better that the scrub should be on the other side. Like that, simple things. When you are doing a house, where the kitchen is, how the kitchen we move, all those things, if you are aware, you can tell that, okay, the drawing, there is some problem. This is not the way in kitchen we should move. The kitchen is located in such a way that the wind is not coming. The wind is in the other direction. So we should be aware that where should be the kitchen and how the lady moves, or the person who is using the kitchen moves. And it should be comfortable for the person to move, take materials, cook, and it should for each and everything. I'm not telling about the kitchen. What I'm telling is that for each and every construction which you are doing, you have to keep in mind that this is for a purpose, and for that purpose, how the end user is using, and for the end user, it should be comfortable for, and for the comfort only we are doing. It is not for the purpose of we doing a job for somebody. So I have seen engineers telling, why you have done like that, and immediately, sir, the drawing we engineers are not for that. Drawing may be having lot of things. So I am not telling that the architect have purposefully done. There are so much of work busy and all. Sometimes some mistake. Error is human. So we should see that even if you are project manager, if you are top people, I have said that, okay, you carry on with the work. If you find that there is some problem with the drawing, before construction itself, you should bring that, tell that, sir, the cupboard, when it is opening, it is going into the other door. So both the doors, if it is opening together, it is going to clash. Like that, whatever it be, you should be aware that how the drawing is coming, and you should go into the drawing and study. So like that only, this specialization also have come. If you are into hotels, how the hotel function, you should be aware. You should be aware of the hotel functioning, where the kitchen functioning. You should be aware of how a kitchen is established in a hotel. If you are into the hotel construction first, at least for the sake of knowing what it is, go to another hotel, just see how it is functioning, what are all the problems they are facing, just understand that, then come see that how you can do a hotel. Similarly, for anything, IT buildings is another area actually. The height of the IT building, how people are working, how the AC vent is coming, where the AC throw is there, and what is the temperature inside the server room, what is going to be the temperature outside where the people are working. Like that, for each and every building, there is a specialization. You have to see that what it is. I am not telling that everybody is, but when you are going for a project, what I want to tell you is that when you are going for a project, study what is that project. Be aware that what the project is for. Where is the end user? What the end user want? What the end user's requirement should be kept in mind. Imagine you are going to be the user for that. Your mind should be very clear. Engineer is a person who want to deliver to the end user what he wishes, or more than what he wishes. That is why building steel structures. There is another specialization going. In steel structures itself, heavy is there, medium is there, tower lines are there. Each is having their own specialization on industrial structures. If you are going into an industrial structures, in some areas, if I am telling in power stations and all, industrial foundations are being done, where the machine is coming maybe from Germany, France, or maybe now in India also. They are sending the machine at accuracy. The holes are put in accuracy. So for that, and the height, you have to, it should be perfect. That if they say that the level of the floor should be 100.020, it should be 100.020. You cannot change that. No way, because with that level only all these conveyors, everything is being made. That we have done floors, even 20,000, no, I think 50,000 square feet floors without 0.005 accuracy. That is the requirement of the client, 0.005 accuracy. Just imagine a floor of 50,000 square feet, one shot, one level. It is the requirement. we have to do that. There is no other go for that. We cannot say that it is impossible. We are engineers, we move the world, and impossible is not in our this thing. So, so for each subject, infrastructure, roads and bridges, irrigation structures, and coming to irrigation structures, canals are there, weirs, aqueducts. Aqueduct you have studied? I don't know. Aqueduct is coming on the 7th semester. Hydroelectric projects, tunnels. I have done tunnels. See, I have into tunnels in the year, I think, maybe we're all not born in 1990 or 92, 90 to 92. The most interesting thing in tunnel is the tunnel opening. Now we are having all the tunnel boring machines and all. When we were into the industry, actually, we were how the tunneling is being done. Actually, webinar won't give the dum of a seminar. Is it not, Nebu?
Sorry, sir?
The webinar is not giving the dum of a seminar.
Yeah, that's there. The stuff is completely different from this.
Yeah.
So it's a little difficult because the
Correct.
are all behind the curtains.
Yeah. When we are having 32 participants, most of the people are. I am just giving a radio lecture only.
Yeah.
Unable. I was mentioning about the tunnel boring and drilling. Tunnel drilling is being done usually through jackhammers, compressors, and all at that time. And now we are having tunnel boring machine. You should adapt to latest technologies. At that time, the most interesting part of the tunnel engineering is the tunnel opening. You are drilling the tunnel from different locations, and tunnels are coming together, and finally, the opening of the tunnel is the most interesting. So, for each and every type of work, we are having a specialization. So we have to keep in mind that whatever you do the best way, and be serious about the jobs. When it comes to this next, the assignments you are going to take care of. The specialization we have said, now it is the assignments. What are all the assignments? According to one's aspiration, one can choose between a project-based assignment or an office-based assignment. See, some people are interested in working in the projects. Some are not. Some people don't like the sun. There are different types of jobs we can take, the assignments we can take. The project-based assignment means you are on to construction. Construction in the sense, you can be a shell and core engineer, concrete, you can look block masonry, plastering, reinforcement, shuttering, like that. There are a lot of specializations in the construction itself. Then quantity survey, planning, costing, QA, QC, survey. QA, QC, how many people are aware of QA, QC? What is QA and QC? QA is quality assurance, and QC is quality control. Quality assurance is what? Quality assurance makes sure that we are doing the right thing in the right way. Quality assurance is you are assuring, making sure that you are doing the right thing in the right way. Quality assurance focuses on the building in quality, and hence it prevents the defects. Quality assurance will not permit you to make the defects. Deals with the process. That is where this ISO and all coming. Why the ISO is? ISO 2011, I think, latest 2007. Anyway, anybody know what is ISO? ISO is nothing but it's a process documentation that your company is making a process, and management making a process, and you have to adhere with the process. For that, there are some systems introduced into the process. That system should be there, so that everyone system should be there. Everybody should follow the system, so that what the company is requirement is that is met. Here also, for a construction company, an ISO company, where the system is there for concrete making, that is the batching plant for an M20 concrete, what is the weight of the aggregate. So there is a control on the system, so that the process will be correct. That means the quality assurance can be kept. So we are giving a quality assurance. By quality assurance, it deals with the process, and in process we will not make a mistake, because this ISO systems are there. When the system is there, the process will go in time. The entire life, that cycle will be, it will be as per that system only. If the system, in the system there is a mistake, the whole process will fail. So the system is made in such a way that there should not be any mistake. And once the system is made, the process will be intact, and you will get the right product. When coming to quality, this quality control, it makes sure that the results of what we have done to be counter verified. So you have made the right thing in the right way. Quality control sees that right way doing, that is, you have done the concrete, and quality control as per the system, and the concrete is laid, done a pakka vibration, everything, concrete is laid. Okay, M20 concrete is laid on slab, and now you are coming to the quality control. Quality assurance is done. In the system, it is said, before doing the concrete, you should make the shuttering wet, and the reinforcement should be all tied. There should be cover blocks, and in the cover block should be pakka cover blocks, not the aggregate and all. Pakka cover blocks should be kept, and there is enough spacing between the steel and the shutter, and the concrete should be, the shutter should be wet before laying, and the concrete is pumped. It should be vibrated, and excessive vibration should not happen. The site engineer is there, and there should not be any wastage of grout. The shuttering should be so pakka that even earlier days we used to put light in the shutter to see that the light is coming the outside, and we go and outside and check whether the light is coming through the shutter. If the light is coming, we will not permit that shutter to be concreted. That much watertight should be the shuttering. Once the shuttering is laid, wet, the concrete is placed, and that concrete, when it is coming and pumping into the slab, we take samples depending on the how much m cube of concrete, number of cubes are taken, and now the cubes are tested. That is the quality control. And when the cubes are tested, we see that what we have done in the right thing in the right way is checked by the quality control by crushing the cube and seeing that the value of the cubes are intact. Now, focuses on testing quality. If the defects are there, okay, imagine there is a defect on that. By quality control, we ascertain that there are some defects happening. If the defects are there, what we will do? If the defects are there, we have to rectify it. How we can rectify? There are methods. Non-destructive testing, lot of methods are there. by non-destructive testing, we assess that where the problem is, we take, there are hammer tests are there, core cutting tests are there. We take that, and if we see that the same sample which we have taken and what we have placed in the concrete are the same, and if there is problem, there are methods for rectification. We do the rectification, corrective process is done by quality control. So, similarly, survey. Earlier, I was mentioning the importance of survey. The survey should be so important in mainly on industrial structures where the accuracy should be so pakka. With the information which I am having, what had happened with Palarivattam bridge is that uh, the girder which has kept in place, there was a mistake, and the bearing could not take the load, bearing failed. With the bearing failed, the girder failed, and that went into all those problems. Actually, everything was okay, but there was a problem with the survey. The bearings were not kept in place, or knowledge was not there. That is what the information was. Otherwise, everything was intact. So each the project-based specialization, we have to choose between how we want to do and how we are interested. Some people are interested in surveys, anything you take. If you go for pickpocketing, go with total integrity, total honesty on the job, and dedication on the job. You will excel in that. So, like that, any industry, whatever it be, let us go with dedication and be honest. Integrity should be there. You will excel. And coming to the office-based specialization, geotechnical, structural, plumbing, sanitary, costing, quality survey, planning and coordination. The thing is, when it comes to project-based, the difficulty in the site execution is there. Similarly, in office-based also, the specialization need to be further enhanced through the next level. For project-based also, as you go up, you should keep on updating your skills, where you want to be, how you want to be. Like that, you keep on updating, keep on studying. See, as you keep on studying, you will have more avenues to be will be opened. It will be good for you. Actually, for me, if I see, I was on to projects almost 32 years onto the project. Now, at this age, I have gone and taken an LLB. Why I have taken an LLB is that now I feel that my contracting experience is very good. So it will be good for me if I take an LLB also. It will enhance my knowledge base. It will help me in further in my career. Now at this age again, I am having the balance period. So I thought that LLB will be helpful. Like that, you people have to keep on enhancing your skills wherever it be, wherever your specialization is. Keep on enhancing. We will grow to the next level. And as earlier, when I am telling, it was not a white collar job. It will become a white collar job just by the initial 5 years. According to your interest into the career, immediately you will start growing. Here, one main thing is that not in any other career you can see that who excel will grow. There is no doubt. There is no, except for into the government service and all. Here, Even 2-3 year experienced engineers I've seen growing like with double promotion, triple promotion. It is possible. It depends on your aspiration to the career, aspiration to the subject. I feel that these are all the things which I want to mention. I hope that I don't know how much it was interesting for you. Further, as I said, it was a very dry subject. Even though Mr. Nambu has told me to go into the next foundation and all, when I was going through that, I felt that what I am seeing when I am interviewing people, junior level people and all, what I am seeing is that the interest uh, onto the career I'm not seeing. There is no dum for most of the junior level people to come to the industry. They and into the industry also they are not taking in projects and all. Actually, we should keep the project with us. Yeah, we should have a feel that it is our baby. We should have a feel that it is our baby. Actually, when my career started with a project in West Bengal, and in almost all the places, almost all the states, I have done projects. Wherever I am moving, even in Kerala also, when I am moving, uh, through the NH also, when I am going, I can see at least one or two babies of mine. So that projects actually it will give a lot of I don't know the happiness we are getting when we are completing the project is immense. So I feel that even though he has given me time 1.5 hours earlier itself, I have closed down anything regarding the subject which I am aware. I'm ready to share with you. Any doubts, please ask.
Well, thank you so much, sir. That was truly an enlightening session. Well, indeed, you are still on a graduating stage. This would be beneficial for you all after the postgraduate. I mean, after you get graduated and you come out of the college, and when you start your career, you kickstart your career. All this point would be really going to help you. You can trust me on that. And well, now let us go for an interactive session. I would urge everybody, please switch on your videos. Let us talk for a while. Please don't hide up behind the curtain. You all are engineers. You're going to face this world and you're going to build the future of the country. Please, everyone. And I would assume that those who are still behind the curtains are unavailable. Yeah, that's great. Everyone. But please keep your microphones
Come up.
muted. Please keep your microphones muted. I see a lot of enthusiastic faces, but I still see people hiding up. And trust me, you are not the ones who have to hide up. You have to come forward, and you're the ones who is going to lead the infrastructure development of the country.
Yeah, that is what
We need
really.
quality. Yes, we need quality people like you. So let us show our quality now.
I'm happy that at least this many people have come for this at this time.
Yeah, it's the fact that whoever is enabled their video are available throughout the session.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. I'm so glad to see a lot of enthusiastic faces. This time, this era is really weird. Yeah, I would actually like to evaluate uh, the kind of knowledge that you have acquired from your academic sessions. Well, that would really help me to prepare for the next presentation. Uh, can anyone, can anyone, can anyone say what exactly you're looking at for the next sessions? Anybody, everybody can say. Now you can, anybody who want to speak up can enable your microphones. Not Ramita or Amrita, somebody else.
Good
Sita?
evening.
Yeah, who's that? Aisha Hussain. Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Sir, just what I expect, what I expect from for the next session is that we all are learning all the theory classes in our academics. From our academics, we are acquiring knowledge about theory classes, but we are unaware about how to apply this theory concept based on the concepts on a construction site. So we wish to learn about that, how to apply these theory concepts on a construction site.
Aisha, that's great, really great, truly good narrative. And basically, the next session is going to be based on that. So
Thank you,
this was an introduction that you can get an insight on various aspects of the trade, and the kind of specialization that you have to go for, and the basic understanding of the kind of projects, a lot of stuff. And so tomorrow's session will be including all that you have mentioned here, starting from the selection of site till the finishing of the project. Probably 2 hours wouldn't be sufficient for that, but still we will try to manage it.
thank you,
Okay.
thank you, sir.
And in the meantime, please, write down your doubts and concerns, whatever you want to know. Please write it down, and after the presentation, you can, in fact, ask me about what exactly is it. And the first tomorrow's first half an hour would be a lecture on concrete technology. That would really help you, because at this era, at this point of time, uh, at this time, actually, concrete is the major ingredient of a construction. So you need to be very much aware of it. So I'm bringing a concrete expert also, and he'll give you a half an hour to 45 minutes lecture on concrete, on the behavior of concrete, and how you have to use it on a practical note. And after that, we will move on to the practical section of it. And if, in fact, if you want to, if everybody is very passionate and very much interested in the topic, then I'm ready to go beyond 2 hours. Not a problem at all. Okay. Anybody else? Thanks, Aisha. I think everybody should talk. Men are silent. How many boys are there in the class? Ramita?
Actually, I don't know the correct number of boys.
We should have segregated it, because I wanted to evaluate who is more passionate in the industry. Because in my experience, last year I have interviewed 52 engineers for one post, and I was not able to find one person apt for the post. And then finally I had to appoint a lady engineer. Maybe Vinod sir also would have come across such
Usually, if I see in our batch and all, our batch, that is long back, MA college people are very, even now I've seen so many people in very big positions. Now what happened to MA college, I don't know.
It's not because something has happened to MA college, sir. That this phenomenon is all over.
I'm just
Yeah,
on a
I
lighter
understand.
wing.
Yeah. I mean, this is actually a phenomenon that has occurred in the past couple of years. You remember when we all graduated, those days actually we were very enthusiastic and passionate on the industry, and we had no other choices. Now they have choices. They can, they can be a writer for Swiggy. They can work in,
absolutely. See, absolutely. That is why, Nabu, even though this subject, even I myself have felt it is very dry. Why I have taken is that the main reason is that people are not coming out. So those people who are interested, you aspire for that. You come up. There are a lot of openings, lot of opportunities. There are no good people, especially colleges like MA and all. Uh, since the uh, since the caliber is there, uh, you can come up.
true.
There is no good people coming up for the construction. So what is happening is the industry looking for even in this Middle East and all, people, some other people, there are Bangladeshis and Pakistani, Filipino people are coming up. And earlier it was all Indians.
Especially Malayalis.
Now what I am saying, pardon?
Especially Malayalis.
Malayalis. Earlier, we were seeing all Malayalis. Now, what is happening is QS, quantity survey. Now it is wherever you see in Middle East, QS is being taken care of by Sri Lankans, Filipinos. These two countries. You are not seeing Malayalis in the QS. Why? Junior level people are not interested coming up. So if you can come up, there are openings in Middle East and all. They are interested, very much interested in Indians and especially Malayalis. But there is no enough people, good quality people are not coming up for quantity survey. When coming to survey, normal field survey, our people are reluctant to have that. We are more cushy. What is happening is, so now survey is being taken care of by Pakistanis. They are more into survey. So survey is a very lucrative job. Very lucrative. So you have to work only 4 to 5 hours. Very lucrative. But earlier it was totally taken care of by Malayalis. Now we are not there. QS, then project. In projects we can see some people, but again the quality of the people have come down drastically. That is absolutely why I was taking this attitude, planning, quality to bring that. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Even for coming up projects here in India, in Kerala, you see, if you see in Kerala projects, not really, most of the engineers are from other place. Kerala engineers are very less only. It is mainly because of, I would say, what I felt is that it is mainly because of software people. One set of people have gone to the software industry. Other set, now most of the people don't want the job. That is another thing. Earlier, when we were working and all, without job, you cannot go to home. Whether you are rich or bad, whatever it be. Once you have completed the engineering, the next day onwards, from
You have
house,
to go for job.
yeah, you have to go for job. Otherwise, even if you are rich, also the same thing.
No
You have to get the job. Otherwise, now most of the people don't want that. That is the thing. The problem is that it is not going to affect you now. It is going to affect you at a later period. So anyway, മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മനസ്സിലാകുന്ന ആരാണ് കൂടുതൽ. അത് കാരണം ഞാൻ പറയാം, എന്തായാലും പുട്ടുകുറ്റി കയറി, ഇനി നല്ല പുട്ടായിട്ട് ഇറങ്ങാൻ നോക്ക്. എന്തായാലും കയറി, ഈ പണിക്ക് ഇറങ്ങിയില്ലേ, എന്തായാലും ഈ പണിക്ക് ഇറങ്ങി. നമ്മൾ ഇനി ഇറങ്ങ്, ഫുള്ളായിട്ട് ഇറങ്ങ്, വിത്ത് ടോട്ടൽ ഡെഡിക്കേഷൻ. Come out as good, beautiful engineers. You can see, when you do the job only, you will understand. It's really, really interesting.
സാർ എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത് എന്താണെന്നറിയോ, ഇപ്പൊ ഞങ്ങളുടെ കോളേജുകളിലൊക്കെ ആണെങ്കിലും IT സെക്ടറിൽ IT കമ്പനീസ് വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒത്തിരി പ്ലേസ്മെന്റ്സ് തരുന്നുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ കോളേജുകൾ തന്നെ 3rd ഇയർ ആവുമ്പോൾ മുതൽ ഞങ്ങളോട് പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് പഠിക്കാനാണ് പറയുന്നത്. എല്ലാ ബ്രാഞ്ചുകാരോട് പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് പഠിച്ച് IT ഫീൽഡിലേക്ക് ചെല്ലാനാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പം ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇപ്പൊ ഇത് ഇങ്ങനൊരു വെബിനാർ ഞങ്ങൾ നടത്താനുണ്ടായ ഒരു കാരണം തന്നെ അതാ. കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ആർക്കും, ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ആർക്കും, ഞാനടക്കം അടങ്ങുന്ന ആർക്കും ഒന്നും അറിയില്ല ഈ എന്താണ് ആക്ച്വലി നടക്കുന്നത്, എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയിലേക്ക് എത്താൻ പറ്റണേന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയില്ല. അപ്പൊ അങ്ങനത്തെ
That's the biggest mistake that every college makes this.
Actually, why colleges are doing that is that they want to have the name that this many percentage of this many percentage is in the thing.
Yes. Universities should actually put a hold on it. They shouldn't let them do it.
I'll talk to Ayub. Now,
maybe we have to talk to him.
Progressive.
Yeah, because it's not the job of a college to get you jobs. It's your own job. It's your own job to find a job. Their role is only to prepare yourself for a job.
They are actually
in a run.
Actually, you also talk. I also will have a talk with him.
I'll do that. I need to talk to him now.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to have a word with Sering Angmu. Are you there? She's from Meghalaya, right?
yes.
Yes, sir. I'm from Ladakh, sir.
Ladakh. Okay.
Oh, great.
It's great to see you, Sering.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of activities happening in Ladakh and the Kashmir region.
Yeah. Lot of projects coming up. Lot of
Yes,
projects
sir.
are coming up in Ladakh.
And you have a very good opportunity, Sering, to become a good engineer. So you have to be more passionate,
Yes,
and you
sir.
have to be very, very, enthusiastic to gain knowledge. And then there was one
Okay,
more
sir.
person from the Northeast, Tato
Northeast is another place. Huge
Yes.
opportunity. Huge
The
opportunity.
government is concentrating on the Northeast. In fact, I have done a couple of projects in the Northeast.
Yeah.
The kind of quality that they offer in the Northeast is really drastic. At least I believe that people like Tato Mitkong, who is here, would be more focused into quality products in the Northeast. Are you there, Tato?
Yes, sir.
Happy to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Which
Same to
part of
you.
Northeast are you from?
Arunachal Pradesh.
Arunachal.
Oh, good.
Again, a lot
Yes,
of potential.
Arunachal Pradesh.
Yeah.
Lot of projects are coming up in that side. Actually, now for Keralites also, that is going to be the place, really.
Yes.
In the pipeline, there is another big project, 15 kilometers of tunnel, 15 kilometer, 4-lane road project, tunneling. It's going to come up now.
Well, anybody has any other concerns? Anything that we need to include? Anyway, it's your platform, so please use it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I used to hear that people are the engineers are X's in number. But why are we not able to go for a better professional field?
Fiza, during my interaction with the CEO of L&T Infra Engineering Limited, Mr. P.C. Venkatram, he was mentioning that for the next 50 years, there is no problem for the civil engineers. You have job.
Okay.
But the problem here is the quality of the graduates. 80% of the Indian engineers, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
80% of the Indian engineers are unemployable. That is the biggest problem. In the colleges, you're not gaining the proper knowledge, and they are not putting you exposed to as many things as you really require. Okay, so what you can do is you have to do it on your own. Okay, you need to read, you need to experience certain things while your college itself. You need to get exposed to good projects. See the projects, if you look at any projects here in Kerala or Cochin, every engineer will let you go to the project. It's always open to you, being a student. You have all the opportunity to visit a site and learn. You can call me, Vinod sir. You can always call me. We can
Okay.
all support you. That is how we gain knowledge. If you have proper knowledge, if you are competent, you have a job. Definitely, you have a job, and the career opportunities are really good, and the salaries are also good in this industry.
Okay.
And you know the difference. I have muted you because there was a disturbance. I think you can listen to my words. Um, you know what? The salary standards in Kerala are really bad because the quality, the kind of quality that we get here is bad. If you get a right quality person, paying them a good salary is always a good thing. It's not a loss. You always have to prove yourself. And trust me, you have opportunities for another 50 years. And India is growing. India is a growing country. And India is now going to be the hub for employment. If you go to Bangalore, you'll see a lot of foreigners coming to Bangalore to work, not in IT, into civil engineering jobs. You see a lot of international firms like Parsons, Fusions, Gleeds Huluman, Colliers, CBRE, many international consultants and international construction companies, and in fact, international builders too, coming to India for projects. So if you look at all that, what do you learn? Which means India is going to be the hub for employment. We have 137 crore people here. And India is a subcontinent and it's a huge country wherein even 40% of development hasn't happened yet. Northeast is going to expand. Kashmir Valley is going to develop. Telangana, Odisha, UP, a lot of potentials.
Lot of projects are coming here. Actually,
Lot of
the
projects.
attitude, if you have the attitude, you are not, there is no dearth for job. Job is there. And subject wise, if you want concrete or piling, we can give a clear
So your
class
voice,
on that.
so your voice is breaking.
Is it? Let me just a minute.
We can in fact organize a site visit if you all wish.
If you want piling alone,
So your voice is breaking again. I think Vinod sir is having a technical problem. Well, in any aspects of any item of work, like if it is whether it is brick masonry or concreting or piling, foundation work or superstructure or finishing work, if you would like to have a site visit, we can organize it always. That would actually help. After our interactive session tomorrow, maybe many of you would be interested. And please don't restrain yourself from looking into possibilities, exploring your opportunities. See, mostly we lack the exploration skills. That is where we fail to find the right job. And civil engineering is the mother of all trades, and we are into it. So we are going to build the next generation infrastructure, and everything is going to change. Everything is going to change: the construction practices, the processes, the project management, the techniques. Everything is going to change in the next 2 to 3 years time, definitely. See, you must have noticed Vinod sir mentioning about BIM, building information modeling. That is something which is going to be the future. Without BIM, you cannot build a project. Even in the government sector, you need BIM as a tool. Do anybody know what is BIM? Is anybody there? Was already done it?
Sir,
Nobody.
once we attended one workshop.
Okay, it's just a workshop, right?
Just a workshop.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Well, it's again, um, if I say it in a simple, very simple word, BIM is also a kind of constructing the structure virtually before you construct the actual project. See, if you wish to construct a house, how do you do that? You make a plan, you set it out on the ground, you dig, yeah, you dig for the foundation, do the excavation, lay the foundations, and then the plinth beam, build the superstructure, and then you do the finishing. And in between, you install all the pipelines, the electrical conduits, and many other things. Right? Am I right? Similarly, before we start the project, once the project has been designed, we build it virtually in BIM using different tools so that every area of this construction is visible virtually. So before starting the construction, you are able to see the whole thing, entire thing as a reality. And then during construction, if there is any mismatches, you can easily identify it. You got it? Earlier, it was different. Earlier, we were working, actually in our era, we were working on AutoCAD drawings, wherein you have a 2D plan. I mean, in fact, now these days, 3D plans have become more popular. But earlier in our era, there was no 3D. 3D was not very popular, and it was a costly affair too. And on this, we make a 2D drawing and we implement it on the site. So there are many chances. There are chances for errors. So we have a structural design or MEP design or anything. So there can be errors in measurements or anything. So when you have BIM, you have all opportunities to identify the defect even before you do it. So if there is any mismatch, that will pop up. So now in the Middle East, they have made it mandatory in most of the countries. And in Bangalore, they are making it mandatory.
In CPWD also,
CPWD also, they are making it mandatory,
yeah,
because it can avoid corruption also. You can get every aspect of the project from one single tool. You can get the quantity, you can get the time frame of the project. Everything can be done in one single platform. And now it is 7D, which includes facility management also.
the construction.
Yes. So it's going to be the future. And again, the building practices also, actually, the earlier mediocre style of construction is going to disappear in few years. Because if you look at the construction practices here, most of the materials have become scarce now, and it's going to be more scarce. There's a lot of restrictions in terms of supplying aggregates and sand and all that. So probably we may have to go for modular construction or a hybrid kind of a technique, or some steel structures. Yes, LGS.
Modular and all already started. Actually,
started,
in
yes.
UP, this is its place name, UP headquarters. There, Lulu is constructing a mall. It is modular.
Yeah. Modular.
Modular. Everywhere it is coming. BIM is, but whatever it be, my suggestion is that whatever be the construction coming, whether you wish to go for quantity survey, you go for QA/QC, or in the office, at least 1 year you should be there in the site, any site.
True.
At least 1 year you should be there in any of the site to see that how things are happening. Once you are at least 1 or 2 years in the site, you will understand what the site is. Then you go to the office, then you will perform very good, whatever it be, if you are interested in the office. But for me, since I am a site man, I'm always interested in site. It gives me more energy than in the office. And I feel that in the office, how much it's difficult for me to sit in work in the office. Maybe maximum 4 hours, 5 hours. After that, difficult. So everybody should have at least some experience so that you will understand what the site is. You should understand the site is because you are delivering in the site. Keep in mind that what the end user want. That is the main thing. Keep in mind what the end user want and accordingly proceed.
Aditya Dev, I found that you are active here, and thank you for your feedback on the UP headquarters. Can you come forward, Aditya? I'm sure you're a smart guy.
He's very smart.
Yeah, he's very smart now. Some network issues. So I knew that. Very good. Anybody? Anything that you want to ask?
I have a question.
Yes, I.
Is Vastu Shastram is important in construction aspects?
It all
That's a wonderful
depends
question.
on.
Yeah.
I was mentioning just before this. I was mentioning the end user. The end user, if he want Vastu, we will give Vastu. If the end user is not interested, we are not interested. That's all. Very simple. If they see Vastu, if you ask me as a person, I would say that Vastu is the old building code. At that time, the building code was Vastu. And say, here, I'll say, in Vastu, we used to say, southwest.
Yes, sir. Kannimola.
Southwest, you are not supposed to keep the kitchen. Okay.
Puja room, right?
One example. I'm telling one example. Southwest, you are not supposed to keep the kitchen. And specifically, southwest, when you are going to keep the kitchen, you should not have, you should look eastward and cook. That should be. If you are particular that in the southwest only you can keep the kitchen should be such that you should look east and cook. You should not keep west and cook. That is the thing. Okay. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Just visualize. Just visualize. Okay. Why it is said is that Kerala, usually the wind flow is from the southwest. Okay. Okay, you got me.
Yeah, sir.
At that time, earlier days, our cooking is through the smoke kitchens.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Smoke kitchens are there. In the smoke kitchens, there is chimney. Yeah, how many of you people know chimney? I don't know. Earlier, there was chimney in the kitchen, and if the chimney is on the western side, when the southwest wind flows, the wind will flow through the chimney down to the kitchen, and the mother is cooking, and mother will have smoke. Okay. When mother is having the smoke, she will be ill. When the mother is ill, the house is in problem. Okay. Similarly, almost everything, there is a reason, but now the kitchen is not like that. So I would say that it all depends on, for as engineers, what we say is that if the end user want a Vastu, we will study Vastu. That is what I said. You keep on upgrading. You have to keep on upgrade. If you are in a place where you are into house construction, and in that area people are onto Vastu, you upgrade Vastu. If you are into a place where bridges construction is more, you keep on upgrading. Like that, wherever you are, you catch hold of that. That is what mainly.
Sir, I would like to add to it side question. Well, basically, Vastu is a science of incorporating the 5 elements. We call it, what we call the Agni,
that is
Vayu,
the other side of
element, and all that. So if you wish to have a place where you can properly accommodate all the 5 elements, that becomes a good flow of energy. So in that sense, what you have to do is you have to study the flow of air, water, and what do you call light.
I think you may be knowing ഈ വാസ്തുവിനെ പറ്റി അറിയണവർക്ക് നമ്മൾ old houses, how many people are into that? There is a thing called sutram. Anybody know that?
Sutram?
Yeah, sutram is nothing but, as he said, there is a way for the air to flow. There should be, see, in old houses, there is the windows are placed in such a that the air should be flowing and touching almost all the rooms. Light should be flowing from one side to the other. And again, another thing is that we used to say that north, in the north, maximum window should be there. Okay. Why north you should have windows? Yeah. See, my house is a 5-cent house. Okay. And in the south of my side, there is another guy's house, a 5-cent house. There also, his north is my south. Okay. You got me?
Yes, sir.
And my north is somebody else's south. But again, we say that north light should be there. Why it is being said is that it is proved that north light is cooler light than the south light. That is, in my house, if you see the light on the northern side and the southern side, the northern side light is a cooler one. That is why, I don't know, in roofing and all, you can see, you might, I don't know whether you have seen, north light curves are there. In the factories and all, if you see, old factories, if you see, in the top, there is a bend is there in the top. If you go to most of the KSRTC garages, Thrissur or Ernakulam, you may not be able to see now. Trivandrum garage, you can see the north, there is a light. For the light, there is a provision. That is north light. North light is cooler than the south light. Another main thing you can see is that in old houses, the northwest wall, west wall is thicker than the other walls. West, this partition walls, west side walls are thicker than the periphery walls on the western side is thicker than the other walls. Why? It is mainly because as the sun moves out, that is, we used to say poke away. The sun is, when it's moving out, it is heating up the wall. Okay. When it is heating up the wall, and nowadays, what we used to do is that by about 4:35 o'clock, we used to close all our windows because of either mosquito or for the safety purpose. Okay. You close all the windows and all in the western side. And your wall is getting heated up. The sun leaves. You close all the windows. Your room, the wall itself will get heated up. And you close, and by about 7:38, you check the temperature inside the room. It will be about 35, 36, and whereas outside it is 20, 25, because the radiated heat is coming into the room. The room is more hotter than the outside. That is why olden days they have made the wall thicker. They made 30 centimeter wall instead of the other walls are only 20 centimeters. These are all part of Vastus. If you want to improve Vastu, you can go to this Vastu Vidyalaya in Armula.
Vastuvidya Gurukulam.
Gurukulam in
Armula.
Armula.
Yes.
They're having, I think, correspondence courses also. I think so. Improve on Nikmar. Think about Nikmar.
Nigmar is a wonderful place again.
Nikmar is a wonderful institute. Go for Nikmar. Where Vastu is not the thing. Nikmar is another, totally another institution. It is National Institute of Construction Management and Research. It's beautiful. Total campus placement. And campus placement in the sense it is not like the campus placement you are having.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is starting 12 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 24 lakhs annually. That is the Nikma's advantage. For a 2-year postgraduate diploma, postgraduate degree in construction management, 1 year also is there. 2-year if you go, beautiful placement you will get. So many. There, the main thing what they are doing is that giving an attitude and planning all those things. Concentrate on that. Good institute, beautiful institute.
The subjects are also truly good. Actually, they have framed it such a way that it's really useful for your future.
Yeah,
Any company would hire you.
Yeah, sure. Very good institute. I have done contracts management from Nikma.
Yeah, I know.
But it is not only contract management. At that time and all, I was not so much aware of it. You should go for the 2-year project management.
Yeah, I did my construction business management from Nikmar.
From Nikma. Nikma is a beautiful institute.
That's a beautiful institute. Well, how do you think all the participants? What is your opinion about this interactive session?
Yeah.
Come on, Ramita.
Was very informative.
Yeah, Fiza. I'm not asking about the result of it, Fiza. Hello, Fiza. Can I see you?
She was there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, Fiza, I'm not asking you the result. How shall we focus on this sort of this kind of a formula, wherein tomorrow's sessions can be more interactive? I had actually asked Ramita to insist on, enabling videos, but she told me that it is really discomfort for most of you.
Yeah,
which I don't
9:30. It's not fair. Do. Let them talk. Forget about the unmuting the video. Let us talk. No issue.
Now I'm talking about tomorrow's session because it's more of a practical session. So if I can see faces, then I would be able to identify. I would be able to make out from their faces if they really understand it.
Correct.
That gives me a lot of energy to present.
Yeah, sure. That is what I said. It would have been a webinar. You will not have that down to.
And it's all your attitude that makes a webinar wonderful.
Yeah, correct.
We used to conduct webinars on a regular basis. We have conducted 3 flash courses on various topics, including forensic structural engineering, construction economics, and one on modern construction technologies. And everything we urge people to be very active. If you guys are active, we are also more active, and you'll get more information. You can pull. So that's more important. Okay, so shall we call it a day? It's already 9:24. And
If
let us,
everybody, no queries, anytime you can.
you can call us anytime. We are open to conversations, and always any doubt.
We are really interested. Really, the other way, we are really interested. If you call, it will be helpful for me, for us. And
Whatever be the questions, don't think that it is a foolish, it's some slander or anything. Everything makes sense. Okay, everything makes sense. So don't worry about your languages. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഭാഷ ഏത് ഭാഷയിൽ വേണമെങ്കിലും സംസാരിക്കാം. ഹിന്ദിയിലോ ഉറുദുവിലോ സംസ്കൃതത്തിലോ അറബിയിലോ എന്തിലും വേണമെങ്കിലും സംസാരിച്ചോളൂ. കന്നഡയിലോ തമിഴിലോ ഏത് ഭാഷ വേണമെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സംസാരിക്കാം. ട്രാൻസ്ലേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തിരിക്കും. Okay. All right. So shall we call it a day?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything from your side, Ramita? So a vote of thanks or something you want to say?
Sir, actually, I want to say one thing, that everybody may be having many queries. So I want to say everybody that please be interactive in this session. Otherwise, this will not be useful to you.
Yes. Anyway, you have spent your time on this. So please use it.
I am not telling ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാം അറിയാവുന്നത്, but നിങ്ങൾ ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് നമുക്ക് അറിയാവുന്നത് we can pass on to you.
അറിയാത്ത കാര്യങ്ങൾ
നമുക്ക് ചോദിച്ച് അറിയാനുള്ള മാർഗങ്ങളുണ്ട്, ഒരുപാട് മാർഗങ്ങളുണ്ട്. There are experts on the field. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയത്തില്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഓൺ കോൾ നിങ്ങൾ വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഓൺ കോളിൽ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്ന ആളുകളോ
തരാനായിട്ട് പറ്റും. അത് മാത്രമല്ല, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ്, നിങ്ങളുടെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് അനുസരിച്ച് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് കൂടുതൽ നല്ല എക്സ്പേർട്സിനെ കൊണ്ടുവരാനായിട്ടും പറ്റും. ഇനിയും കൂടുതൽ വലിയ എക്സ്പേർട്സിനെ കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ പറ്റും. But it all depends on your, interest. So tomorrow's session will be on practical construction, and I urge as much as possible, please keep your videos live, and let us make it a very beautiful interactive session. And we can also identify people from your group for the next openings also.
നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരുപാട് ഗുണം ചെയ്യും. ഇപ്പം നിബുവൊക്കെ ആളുകളെ ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്ത് വെക്കുന്നത് പോലും നിങ്ങൾക്കൊക്കെ ഗുണം ചെയ്യും. Because so many people are interacting with Nibu for people and all.
Very true.
Your interaction, surely he is making note of who are all the people good and all, who is more interested and all. That will, in one way or other, it will help you in some other way. Because I have seen the WhatsApp group of construction philosophy. There are other groups wherein people are asking good people, if somebody is there, please share, like that. So all coming to so your interactive session will help you a lot. You people a lot, because it will be helpful for you.
Okay, now I think it's time for you all to go and get some sleep. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your wonderful participation. Thank you, everyone.
My special thanks to you. My special thanks to you all. It was great for me. Keep calling if something is there. Anything, any doubt, no issue, I can help you.
And thank you, Vinod sir, for spending this time, with us. Even though he was very busy, I remember actually when I asked him to give a presentation, actually he was very busy. He was in Trivandrum, and despite of all his busy schedules, he has managed to prepare a presentation and come forward to support the young civil engineers. Well, please follow us on Facebook so that you could get a lot of information from Facebook also. And you can write to us at mail@constructionphilosophy.com, and you can always feel free to call us. And we all are always there to support the industry and support the young, enthusiastic civil engineers like you. Well, anything from your side? Yeah.
We engineers, let us move the world.
Yes, we are going to rule the world. That's for sure. Well, anything from your side, Ramita or Amrita?
No, sir.
Nothing. Okay, so Shall we wind up?
Ah.
All right. Thank you so much. Good night
Thank
to
you.
all.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Good
See
night.
you
Good
tomorrow.
night.
See you tomorrow.
Sir.